could just tell us a little about yourself, who you are, where you're from, and we'll start there.
All right. I'm Timothy Brown. I served in the Marine Corps for about 10 and a half years as both a radio operator and an EOD tech. I was injured on my third deployment, which is my second to Afghanistan, back in February 2011. Stepped on an IED while on a dismounted patrol in response to another IED, and which brought me back to Walter Reed, when I spent 3.5 years there, recovering, rehabbing, learning how to get back to being a functional human being again. So on the patrol, or on the response, the IED response, we got a call for one IED, and we came out. Our team responded to it. I was a team member, and as my team leader was approaching the main IED, or at least the one we thought was the main IED, I stepped on another IED, which actually was the main IED. It was a come-along type device that was designed specifically for, or to be used against EOD techs, and we hit it, which was not at all uncommon in Sangin in 2011. Anybody who was with 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines can tell you a lot about it. But since then, that's all the past. There's nothing I can do to change that. So I focus on the future now, and the present, which is currently going to school in Georgetown, majoring in marketing and management there, and I come out to as many of these off-roading events as I can. Off-roading for me is a really good way just to reconnect with an ability to get back outside, outdoors, and do things, which is a lot harder when you don't have any legs. You can't just throw on a camelback or grab your little day pack and go out on a long hike like I did my whole life growing up. I was a Boy Scout, made Eagle Scout. When I was stationed in Japan, I like to go camping and hiking. I'd climb Mount Fuji and Mount Dyson. So being outdoors and hiking were always some of my really favorite activities. And this off-road therapy really helps me to reconnect with that. Obviously, I can hike a little bit. I've hiked up to 4 miles on the Appalachian Trail. I've done hikes in Oregon and Colorado. But I kind of max out right around there, about 3 or 4 miles, unless I really want to break myself off. So that's where this big beast comes into play.
Yeah.
It helps me get around outdoors. I can go drive on trails, where I may have once walked on them. But beyond that too, there's the same kind of camaraderie you get from so many veteran activities that take place in is what really brings the event together. Because I can go wheeling anywhere on my own, but some of the best part about it, some of the most effective part about it, is being around fellow veterans, especially ones that are able to get outside themselves and move forward with their lives, while still retaining that veteran identity of a bunch of shit talkers and assholes, which we love so much. Because any veteran can tell you that's who we are, and it can be tough, especially being a college student, not being around a group of people who are used to shit talkers and assholes. And so when you get a chance to come back out and be around your own kind and be able to really relax and be your normal, authentic self, it's awesome. It makes you feel happy. I love coming out to these events and make as many as I can, which is anywhere from 2 to 4 a year. But particularly this one and Maine Jambo in September, I love to come to. We camp, drink beer, we cook. It's a pretty self-run event. It's not a big organized week-long schlep of different classroom activities and stuff like that. We just kind of do what we want, how we want to do it. And I like to, in addition to receiving support from Four Wheelie Heel, I also like to give back to the group too, in my own way, so that they can keep providing these opportunities for everybody. which can be donating my own time, money, materials, things like that to the cause, so that way the events keep going on and keep being of value to everybody.
That's great, Tim. Appreciate your time.
No problem. Good. Glad to give it.